Have you ever wondered how a small village on the Italian peninsula became one of the most powerful empires in history? Our story begins over 2.5 millennia ago, in a world vastly different from our own. In the heart of Italy, nestled between the Tiber River and the Seven Hills, lay a modest settlement. The early formation of Rome is steeped in legend and myth. The most famous of these tales involves a pair of twins, Romulus and Remus. Abandoned at birth and nursed by a she-wolf, these brothers would go on to play a pivotal role in the foundation of Rome. However, their union was short-lived. A disagreement led to Romulus killing Remus and becoming the first king of Rome. For the next 240 years, Rome was ruled by kings, but the Romans yearned for a system that would give them a greater say. The monarchy was overthrown, and Rome transformed into a republic, a government where power rested with the citizens who had the right to vote for their leaders. This republic was not a democracy as we understand it today. It was a complex structure of checks and balances designed to prevent any one individual from gaining absolute power. At the top was the Senate, a council of elders who held considerable sway over legislation and policy. Alongside the Senate, assemblies allowed citizens to vote on laws and elect officials. Together, these bodies governed Rome, guiding its expansion and development. Under the Republic, Rome grew in stature and might. It began to flex its muscles, extending its influence beyond the Italian peninsula. Through a combination of strategic alliances, military conquests, and astute diplomacy, Rome expanded its territories, laying the groundwork for an empire that would span 3 continents. Thus, the small village had grown into a republic. But this was just the beginning. What happens when 2 rising powers collide in the ancient world? The answer lies in the tumultuous series of conflicts known as the Punic Wars. These were epic struggles that unfolded between Rome and Carthage, 2 burgeoning empires with their eyes set on the same prize, dominance over the Mediterranean. The Punic Wars were not just about territory, though. They were about prestige, power, and the indomitable spirit of 2 great civilizations. At the heart of these wars was a rivalry for the ages, a rivalry that would see the rise of heroes and the fall of cities. The First Punic War saw Rome and Carthage pitted against each other for control over Sicily. Rome emerged victorious, but the seeds of discontent had been sown. It wasn't long before the Second Punic War erupted, bringing with it one of history's most brilliant military strategists, Hannibal of Carthage. Hannibal, with his audacious crossing of the Alps and his crushing victories in Italy, became a figure of legend. Yet despite his prowess, the tide eventually turned in Rome's favor. The Romans, under the leadership of Scipio Africanus, managed to infiltrate Carthage, leading to Hannibal's defeat at the Battle of Zama. The third and final Punic War was, in many ways, a foregone conclusion. Carthage, weakened and beleaguered, fell to the Romans, who razed the city to the ground, ending Carthaginian resistance once and for all. These wars weren't just about winning battles. They were a pathway for Rome to assert its dominance and expand its influence beyond Italy. They marked a turning point, a transition from Rome as a regional power to an international force to be reckoned with. The Punic Wars reshaped the face of the ancient world and set the stage for the rise of the Roman Empire. With the fall of Carthage, Rome stood unchallenged in the Mediterranean. A new era had begun, an era that would see Rome reach the zenith of its power and influence. This was the dawn of a new age, the age of Rome. Can an institution that brought a city to greatness be its downfall? This question loomed large in the final days of the Roman Republic. The Republic had been a beacon of democracy and stability, guiding Rome from a small city-state to a sprawling Mediterranean power. But as Rome grew, so did its problems. The Republic was not designed to manage such a vast territory, and internal conflicts began to tear at its seams. The seeds of discord were sown with the civil wars, brutal conflicts that pitted Roman against Roman. The traditional political structures of the Republic buckled under the strain, and power began to concentrate in the hands of a few ambitious individuals. Foremost among them was Julius Caesar. A military genius and a charismatic leader, Caesar was beloved by the people, feared by his enemies, and admired by his allies. But his rapid rise to power threatened the established order. Caesar was named dictator for life, an unprecedented move that alarmed the Republican purists. They feared that he was becoming a king in all but name, and that the republic they cherished was slipping away. In a desperate bid to save the republic, a group of senators, led by Brutus and Cassius, plotted Caesar's assassination. The Ides of March 44 BC would be remembered as the day when the last vestiges of the republic were extinguished. Caesar's murder plunged Rome into chaos, a power vacuum that his adopted son Octavian would fill, marking the end of the republic and the dawn of the empire. The republic had fallen, but from its ashes, an empire would rise. An empire that would eclipse the republic in terms of size, power, and glory, yet carry the heavy burden of its fallen predecessor. The fall of the republic was a pivotal moment in history, a turning point that would shape the course of Western civilization for centuries to come. What does it take to rule the known world? A question for the ages, and one that the 5 good emperors of the Roman Empire might have had an answer to. This period, often referred to as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, marked a time of unprecedented growth and prosperity for the empire. First on the list of these notable leaders was Nerva, who assumed power in the year 96 and ushered in a new era of adoptive succession, choosing his successors on merit rather than bloodline. This move, though simple, would set the stage for an era of effective governance. Following Nerva, we have Trajan, the empire's first non-Italian emperor. Hailing from Hispania, Trajan expanded the empire to its greatest territorial extent, conquering Dacia and large parts of the east. His reign was marked by public building projects and philanthropy, a testament to his commitment to the empire's prosperity. Then came Hadrian, a lover of Greek culture, who strengthened the empire's borders and commissioned the construction of Hadrian's Wall in Britannia. His focus was less on expansion and more on consolidation, strengthening what was already under Roman rule. Antoninus Pius, the 4th emperor, enjoyed a peaceful reign, focusing on legal reforms and infrastructure development. His reign was marked by a rare absence of military conflicts, a testament to his diplomatic prowess. Finally, we arrive at Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king. His writings, known as Meditations, provide a unique window into the mind of a Roman emperor. Despite facing numerous challenges, including wars and plagues, he is remembered for his wisdom and stoicism. These 5 good emperors, each with their unique strengths and contributions, played a pivotal role in shaping the golden age of the Roman Empire. They expanded and consolidated the empire, leaving an indelible mark on Roman culture, infrastructure, and law. The empire had reached its zenith, but even the mightiest can fall. And as we'll see in our next segment, the fall was as dramatic as the rise. Can an empire that conquered the world be conquered itself? This question might seem paradoxical, but it serves as a poignant reminder of the transient nature of power and glory. The Roman Empire, a colossal entity that stretched across continents and lasted several centuries, was not impervious to decline. Its fall was not a sudden event, but rather a slow, agonizing process brought about by a complex web of factors. At the heart of the empire's downfall was internal strife. As the empire grew, so did the divide between the rich and the poor. The wealthy lived in opulence, while the masses toiled in poverty. This vast social and economic chasm fueled resentment and unrest, leading to numerous uprisings and social instability. Alongside this social turmoil, the Roman economy was crumbling. Heavy taxation, rampant corruption, and inflation were eating into the empire's wealth. The cost of maintaining the sprawling empire, with its vast armies and infrastructure, was simply too high. This economic instability weakened the empire from within, making it vulnerable to external threats. And threats there were aplenty. The Roman Empire was continually under attack from barbarian tribes. The Huns, the Visigoths, the Vandals, these names became synonymous with the empire's downfall. These invasions, coupled with the internal strife and economic issues, proved too much for the empire to withstand. The final blow came in the 5th century when the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, was overthrown by the Germanic king Odoacer. This marked the end of the Western Roman Empire, a moment in history that symbolizes the fall of Rome. Rome did not fall in a day, nor did it fall due to a single cause. It was a casualty of its own success, a victim of its size, complexity, and internal contradictions. It is a stark reminder that even the mightiest of empires can fall. And so the mighty Roman Empire fell, but its legacy lives on in the modern world. Its influence is seen in our laws, our language, our culture, and our way of thinking. Rome may have fallen, but it is far from forgotten. From a small village to a world-conquering empire, the story of Rome is a tale of rise and fall. We journeyed through the era of its rise, the tumultuous Punic Wars, the fall of the Republic, the golden age of the Roman Empire, and finally, its fall. Each chapter, a testament to Rome's enduring legacy, a narrative of triumph, struggle, and resilience. The echoes of Rome still resound in our world today, a testament to an empire that truly stood the test of time.